Hello, this is Cuckoo. I'm right now in the middle of the process of recording and producing an album based on my live set that I created about 2 years ago. It's getting a little bit old, and I'm kind of sad that I haven't recorded a proper version of the set. So that's what I'm doing now, and it's a set that is very portable. I made it on these two OPZs. And yeah. So each day I come in and I walk to the studio. I start listening to what I did yesterday and getting into the mood. And then I come to the studio and decide on which song to record next. And basically, what I'm doing is I'm recording a live session of the song, and I just keep it running. So for a song that maybe ends up being 5 minutes, I record perhaps 20 minutes. And if I feel like I hit on a good idea for transition, but I didn't quite nail it, I just keep running and doing it again. This way, everything is tightly organized to the grid, and I can very easily just cut one section, put it in another place, and try to organize everything into a good arrangement. And like the biggest obstacle that I hit, and I do hit this in every song, is that I don't feel that the song is good enough. It worked kind of well in the live situation, but then now when I'm recording it, I'm thinking of it as more of an album. I feel like, this, well, it had a vibe, but it doesn't really hold up. And that's when I'm hitting this kind of creative block, not a creative block, and a sort of procrastination based on the feeling that it's not good enough. And then I stop for a bit and like, oh, is it good enough? Can I save this with clever post-producing? And that's not a cool way to work, like to work around that the raw material isn't that great. But in the end, I have made a few adjustments here and there just to make up for that and make it a little bit better. But in the end, I feel like it is what it is. I want to record it and document it and make the best of what it can be in its current state. And then maybe later I'll revisit the songs and make it like more of a studio version of these songs. So yeah, actually I think it's turning out quite fine, the songs that I made so far. So what I'm gonna do today is to record, what song is it? I think I've come to, I did number 5, 6, yeah, the 6th song today. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Gonna show you how to do it, or how I do it. Okay, let's do it. Right, so I've synced them up over MIDI with the OffLab module. So I've got the module in both of them, and sending clock and receiving clock, and it's doing the same pattern jumps on both of them. So I've basically mirrored them, and this is just following this. And what I want to do first is to just listen through this song that I've been planning to record. I recorded this, which turns into another song. Recorded this also, yeah, and then transposing vibe. It's also turning into something else. And then project 4, and then I recorded this. So now I'm thinking about recording this. During my head again. So let's just have a listen to it and jump around and see if I'm gonna hit that same disappointment that I feel it's not holding up enough to be a proper song that I've recorded and releasing as an album, but it's gonna be a sort of live set album. So it's okay if it's not like super studio perfect, but I'm still gonna feel it. So let's see what it is. I'm gonna put this here. During my head again. That's the first pattern. It's kind of the intro. Then queuing up the second, which is kind of part of the intro. I like this. And then the next one,
Wanna be with you.
building up,
Wanna be with you.
building up into this.
How about we try again?
Taking it down,
How about we try?
and that
Wanna be
getting here,
Wanna be
and we're gonna bring it up a notch on this,
Wanna be Wanna be
and then go here, kind of breaking it up a bit. So what's here? This is the ending.
You're in my head again.
Yeah, it's kind of opening up a bit. I think like my initial reaction here is that I still like it. I made this and I'm pretty happy about it, but I can see now that same disappointment that I was referring to earlier. Like, is this enough for a song? No, not really. It's a live set where I jam and make kind of stuff like this. Like, if I'm here, I'm on the tape channel.
All I think about is you. Wanna be
And I'm gonna do a recording of me performing like that, but I still have a feeling that it's not a complete song. Let's see if there's something I could do. Nice build up. Nice build up.
Wanna be with you.
Kind of a I don't know, chorus.
How about we try?
And then there is no verse.
How about we
This
try?
is also a sort of waiting thing.
Wanna be
And there's a more intense build up.
Wanna be
And this is where I kind of freak out, I think.
Wanna be Wanna be All I think about is you. Wanna be
So my thoughts here is that I've recorded all of the songs as if it is a live set. I'm editing it in a way that is maybe a bit over edited, but I think it fits into this kind of album realms rather than just having one pure performance. So I'm doing a bit more that I couldn't really fit into one performance. But what I'm thinking is that a song doesn't need to be a song on its own, because all of these songs will be placed in order, sort of like a DJ set, where it's all kind of on the beat. The next song is gonna start exactly on time, so it's gonna feel like it's this whole a bigger piece. So this is gonna be part of that bigger piece. And when I think about it that way, I feel like it's part of a set. And yeah, yeah. All right. I think I'm just gonna start recording and let's see what happens. Okay, so I've set it up like this: OPZ, the piano one, this unit; OPZ, the main unit, and then here on some of the tracks, I want to add some piano. I'm using a una corda, which is a piano by Native Instruments. Well, the piano itself is by David Clavins, and it's a beautiful piano. But the software version is produced by Native Instruments. And then I have a second row of the same thing here. Sometimes I need to make some edits, and it makes sense to have an extra track. And then I have the same thing again down here, but this is more of a parking lot, I'd say. So sometimes I put stuff there when I'm done using it. I put it there to know that this I can reach into these files again a little later and see if there's stuff that I can bring out to the main track. Okay, so this is the track. I'm gonna get back to this later, but first thing, I'm gonna head over to my audio interface, which I'm already committing to getting a specific sound. I'm treating this as if it was truly a live stream, and if the console here is a hardware thing, so I'm committing early. So I'm using this, a Neve preamp, and I'm using the same preamp on both OPZ, but with slightly different settings. So this one,
During my head.
it's for the main one, and this here is for the piano. I'm treating them slightly differently. Mostly, I think I'm trying to give it more warmth in a way. So this one is getting more bass here, and I think some of these plugins for the Apollo, they act a little bit more as vintage hardware gear, which is they live a little bit more and give a bit more lively color to it. And I think if we turn this off, maybe we won't even hear the difference at first.
During my head again.
And now I'm turning on.
During my head again.
Slightly more embracing, I'd say. Basically the same thing here. Give it a bit warmth in the bass. Also some EQing here. Also a tad of EQ there. Some highs. But turn it off. Turn it on. I mean, this is kind of subtle, but all in all, I think it adds to the experience of this being passing through a nice signal chain into a nice preamp device thing. So that I'm recording these two devices. You know, you could record this straight through USB and it sounds great. And actually, my compliments to the guys at Teenage Engineering for creating such a low latency driverless driver. When you connect this to a Mac and record it, you can set the latency really low, and you can actually play it. The latency is that low, so that is unusual, I'd say. So it's really nice. But now I've chosen to go the analog way. I'm recording the analog sound, and I'm recording both of them through the Apollo. So yeah, but you can go straight through USB and don't have to worry about any analog hiss or miss noises happening somewhere. All right, so this cable then, it's my sync cable, and I'm using this device here, which is called Retrokits RK006. It's a MIDI interface basically. So if I'm pressing play here, you can see there was a little thing there. So basically what it's doing, it's sending out MIDI clock and transport on this cable, and this is going to sync up. So now when I press play in Logic,
During my head again.
whoa,
Yeah.
so now you can hear it instantly took the clock from this track,
During my head again.
and we're in the wrong tempo. So I'm going to pull this out and reset this project and minus, because I've saved it.
During my head again.
So I'm just going to check the clock here. 110. Okay, so it's in 110. I'm going to set this project to be 110. So now we should be in the right tempo. So press play.
During my head again.
Yeah. Okay, good. The thing with MIDI sync is that it's not that great. It's not that snappy. It's not that precise. The latency is definitely audible. But I'm going to sync it up, press play, and it syncs up. Maybe it's going to take a couple of measures or bars for it to catch up and stabilize, and then it's going to be synced. But afterwards, I'm going to have to edit it. I'm probably going to have to nudge it a little bit. So this is syncing up to this, which is passing on the sync to this. So this is going to be a little late, and this is going to be even a tad later. So I'm going to have to take the audio recording and nudge them a little bit after I'm recording. So yeah. So what do you say? Should we just go for it? I'm not sure. Let's see. So record enable these.
During my head again.
Yeah. I don't feel ready. I don't feel ready.
You're in my head again.
Yeah, you know, let's just record. Yeah. I don't feel ready. I haven't really settled on the song, and I'm recording a video, which is kind of messing with my mind a little bit because I don't fully concentrate on the song, but also on the video. So, okay, I don't feel ready. Let's go. Recording.
You're in my head again.
Okay.
You. Is that me?
A clean loop. I'm gonna mess with it.
You're in my head again.
Let's move on. No bass. Bass. Maybe without the chords. This could be cool to have. So I'm basically recording a pool of opportunities I'm gonna use later. A second clean one.
Wanna be with you, be with you. Wanna be with you. Wanna be with you.
Okay, we're there. Next one.
How about we try again?
A clean one.
How about we try? You're in my head again.
I can have a clean vocal on top of this.
Is that me?
I think I got what I need now. And as you can see, I skipped ahead a little bit. And I recorded about 20 minutes. And this is a song that might end up something like between 3 to 5 minutes, depending on if I find the groove and if I find a way to... I mean, I don't necessarily need to stretch it just to have more length. That's kind of ridiculous, but sometimes it's like if it's over too fast, it feels like, it's a shame that I didn't have enough material to make it last longer. Because if I just play the same thing over and over again, it doesn't feel right to have it longer. But we'll see. So the first thing I want to do is to divide it up into sections so that I can see it and color code it. So I'm going to bring up the colors here just to identify the different sections. So clean loop, yeah, something like this. So now I've sorted out the music, I've cut out stuff, and yeah, all the main saturated ones are clean takes, and then the darker it gets, the more messing around there is in the clips. And here is like a couple of different endings, and yeah. So the next step now is just organize this and make a song structure. Sometimes you just need to listen to it in context and feel. Intro.
You're in my head again. You.
So that's 2 rounds.
Is that me? Beep, beep, beep.
Now keep going.
You're in my head again.
Longer.
You. Is that me? Beep, beep, beep.
Okay, I think I have a version of the arrangement before I've done any type of sweetening or editing. I think, as you can see here, as long segments, there's just basically the recordings and no clever editing. And then you can see places like this where I've done much more editing and placed like accents and effects, and not effects, but like performance accents. Yes, I think I'm gonna listen to this and just feel.
You're in my head again. You. Is that me? Beep, beep, beep. You're in my head again. In my head. You. Is that me? Beep, beep, beep. You're in my head
I'm
again.
keeping the intro a little bit long, but in a set, I think it makes sense. I think that worked well. It's a good.
Wanna be with with you.
That's a little bit rough too.
Wanna be with you.
I'm just gonna listen to the whole piece and see
Wanna be with you.
if the form is okay.
Wanna be with you. How about we try
That's nice.
again? How about we try
That's a little bit rough.
heading? Wanna be,
I like that, but
wanna be,
I might have to work with the transition.
wanna, all I think about is you.
That's nice. It's a weird song, but I like it.
Wanna be with you.
This is where it pays off to have the color codes.
Wanna be with you. You're in my head again. You.
It's
Is
nice.
that me?
Feels like a relief when you come here.
You're in my head again. My head.
Alright, 5 minutes. I think it's working. It feels pretty good. As a whole structure, I think I think it works. It's okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. There was one place where I felt like maybe I'm doing it too much, like here. I don't need all of that. Maybe it's okay with just one repetition. And there were some transitions that were a bit rough, like a bit too sharp and just cutting in. So I have a lot of stuff here that I haven't used, of course. And some of them might be really cool transition material. I'm just going to add mastering that I've been using on all of the other tracks. It is from a live set, so chances are that the mastering is sort of very, very similar from track to track, because I've mixed and mastered the live set to be consistent. So that is making it much easier for me now to master it. And I'm not this is not the final master, but like something to make it sound a bit more finished and coherent. So what I've done on the master bus is first an Ocean Way Studios. It's something where you play the audio into a room and then capture the audio with virtual microphones. It will take the edge of things and make it a bit more physical. So what I've been doing, if you see here, this is how much reverb I have of that room. And it's a very short room, but when I turn this on, it will sound a little bit more pleasing and pleasant and a bit rounded off. And also everything that's very, very sharp is now going to just be placed in the room and be a bit more pleasant. So without, if I turn it on, you can hear it ring out there. Just a very, very pleasing little touch of a room in there. So without, with, I enjoy that very much, and I've been tweaking it a bit to kind of fit my vibe here, rolling off the EQ slightly in the tops there to just give it a little room and a physical presence without, not the in-your-face presence. That's not what I'm after here. There's a lot of that in the music already, and I've been using this plugin. It's called Brainworks Master Desk, and I've been typically using FabFilter, but lately I've been trying this out, and I'm very pleased with the sound and the levels you get out of it. And also this little meter here is telling you where to typically have your dynamic range, and it's typically within this green zone there. So that's really helpful. It's gonna be really loud, so I'm gonna have to turn down the master volume just to, yeah, you can hear it. So I'm gonna turn this down just to, so it says dynamic range is within this, which is, according to Brainworks, a good sweet spot for mastering. Yeah, I think it sounds pretty good. So what I've done here is I've selected one of the modes in the compressor, And I think it goes from like gentle to aggressive.
How about we try again? How about we try? You're in my head again.
And I typically select the most gentle type or mode. And then these resonance filters, they give a little more sparkle in certain frequency regions. So let's listen to them. Auto solo. That is a very problematic space in the mix. It can rumble and mumble. So these are supposedly containing those frequencies and making them rumble in just a sweet way instead of a not so sweet way. So it's giving it more punch. So let's see. Without. With. So I'm on headphones now, which is not recommended when you're mastering. You should have like proper good monitors. So it's kind of difficult to hear what these are doing. Let's listen to the high one. Might be a bit too harsh there. Let's see.
All I think about is you.
Yeah, I might change this later. We'll see. But I think when I compare them and when I fine tune my ears and start hearing, it's like, it's actually giving it some more energy without making it ear shattering. And that's the thing with a lot of master compressors. You can just go bonkers and push it beyond the limits, and then it's sounding very, very harsh. So I'm trying to be as gentle as I can while also giving it a proper facelift and not compressing it too much, because I think that is very often ruining the mood. So this is displaying how much compression is applied, like gain reduction. When you're pushing the volume up and then the volume goes out the roof, it pushes it down again and then raising it like at a very, very fast rate to make the audio levels flatter. And some compressors you can really hear when the compressor is at work. While with this one, I feel it's doing a really good job at keeping sort of transparent, but you can hear it here too, especially after you train your ears and if you're really, really picky. Like, it's not replacing a bad mix, but it is very helpful. De-esser, typically to round off the sound of an S, the letter S, sweet. And the mic I'm using right now, it has it's not very hissy at all, so I don't use de-esser with this mic. But de-esser can also help by reducing that sort of frequencies in the music, even if there is no vocals. It might be instrumental parts that's just like hi-hats and stuff, and the de-esser could be helpful for that too. Try the T there.
You're in my head again.
Yeah, so it's kicking in and making it sort of sweeter. And the foundation here is, I think maybe this is the least attractive sounding knob in this plugin. I think it's meant to be like setting a beefier bass or a less bassy sound, but I don't think it's doing a good job, so I keep it at 0.
You're in my head again.
I think maybe the reduction is pretty good, but this, it just doesn't work for me, so I keep it at 0, unchanged. The bass is currently unchanged. Midtones, treble, I added 1 on the treble, and presence. I added a tad there to make it more like a little facelift there. And here, I've cranked stereo enhance to 100%. This is a bit crazy. Doing this with recorded material is a bit crazy. Like if there's 0 of this, I'm sure it's going to sound a bit more pleasant, but I feel like this is all coming from the OPZ, and although it has stereo, it has panning, and the reverbs are in stereo, I feel like there is a bit of a mono feel to the whole recording, and I haven't recorded multi-tracks. It's just basically a straight recording of the unit. So I feel like a stereo enhance is definitely giving it more presence, and also that the other one, the room microphone thing, is giving it more space. But a side effect of the stereo enhance is very often that it's getting more harsh. So when I started out, I cranked the presence up a bit, but together with stereo enhance, it just doesn't work. It gets too harsh, so I had to dial down. Yeah, so what I want to do now is to send some reverbs and delay. See these? Bus 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They're actually here. Reverb 1, a long reverb. A delay, which is just a straight delay. It's timed and synced to the track. A reverb 2. I'm using this delay engine, which is an, what's it called again? Impulse response reverb. So this is a long one. Chamber 1, which is a nice chamber. The delay, I'm actually using this one. It's not that special. It's just I was searching out for delays, and I found this to be sitting in a place in the mix, not making too much noise or making itself heard. It's just a very decent delay. And then the reverb 2 is another one that I actually use quite a lot, called Nice Room. This is a shorter reverb with a tad of a room in there. So what I'm doing now is going to go through this track and see if there's any place where I want to add accents in different ways. Like,
You're in my head again. You.
By sending to the reverb just occasionally in exactly when you want a certain effect. That is something that I really enjoy doing, especially in a set like this where I want to keep it sounding like a performance or retain that sort of aspect of it.
You're in my head again. In my head. You.
Sending that to reverb is nice. So in this place, I could actually reach into the vocals and only apply stuff to the vocals. Like,
Wanna be with you. Wanna be with you.
I could isolate like a snare drum and just give one snare drum an epic room,
Wanna be
like so.
Wanna be all I think about is you.
So yeah, I think that is something I'm going to do. Should I do it now? Yeah, maybe that's what I'm going to do now. You know, you could do it by wiggling these, but I really enjoy having some sort of hardware input where I can physically twist the knob to do it. So I'm using this, the Novation Launch Control XL. I think it's a good hardware because it provides like a solid twist and fader experience. It's very robust. The build quality is robust, and it feels like this, you don't accidentally turn something. It's nice. So what I'd like to do now is just press Command L and learn some messages. I'm going to put them here, effect send. So I'm going to wiggle this, yeah, and touch the knob. Next one, touch the knob. Next one, touch the knob. So now I've set it up to do this on the selected track. So if I turn this now,
You're in my head again. You. What's up, me?
so one thing we're doing it with a physical input is that you learn where kind of the sweet spot are. It's sort of a muscle memory experience where it's like this is much, this is too much, and you know where it is. If it's virtual, it's not really, you don't really know where too much is. And by the time you've twisted it too much, it's too late. So you're going to have to do it over again. So what I'm going to do now is to set these up to receive touch. The first 3 channels. It's the only thing I'm going to automate.
What's up, me? Beep, beep, beep.
I think those beep, 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 I want to send those to reverb. No, delay.
What's up, me? Beep, beep, beep.
Maybe that jip to the short reverb.
Beep, beep, beep.
Maybe too much. Try again.
Beep, beep, beep. You're in my head again. Beep, beep, beep.
Let's select that and scale it down a bit.
Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
You're in my head again. You.
Put it up like
You. What's up, me? Beep, beep, beep.
and beep beep beep. I'm gonna have it in the delay.
What's up, me? Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep.
I'm gonna see if that if I'm gonna add reverb. Maybe not.
Beep, beep.
Too much. Dial it down. Does it add?
Beep, beep, beep.
I think these piano things, I'm gonna add some reverb here and there, maybe delay. Delay. Yeah, like. So I'm alternating between long reverb and delay. Kind of works nice.
Wanna be with you.
I mean, a lot of this already have reverbs and delay from the Opus A.
Wanna be with you.
I think I want all of the you with delay.
Wanna be with you. Wanna be with you.
This worked really well, so I think I'm gonna copy this and then
How about
too much, but still, how about we try?
How about we try? How headache, you're all I think about is you. Wanna be
Whoop.
all I think about is you. Wanna be
How about
all I think about is you. Wanna be wanna
okay? This is a place where we can have some fun.
You're in my head again. In my head, my head, my head. What's up, man? What's up?
Oh yeah. So I want some stereo there. Again. Maybe too much of that reverb after all. I think we have what I'd call a version. Are we happy with this? I mean, the obvious answer is no. You can always improve it, and but this is like the first whole version of the song. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. So let's listen to it.
You're in my head again. You. Is that me? Beep, beep, beep. You're in my head again. In my head. You. Is that me? Beep, beep, beep. You're in my head again. You. Is that me? Beep, beep, beep. Wanna be with you. Wanna be with you. Wanna be with you. Wanna be with you. How about we try again? How about we try? You're in my head again. How about we try again? How about we try? You're in my head again. How about we try again? How about we try? You're in my head again. How about we try again? How about we try? How head again? Wanna be, wanna be, wanna be, wanna all I think about is you. Wanna be, wanna be, wanna be, wanna all I think about is you. Wanna be, wanna be, wanna be, wanna all I think about is you. Wanna be, wanna be, wanna be, wanna wanna be with you. 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 Wanna be, wanna be, wanna be with you. Wanna be with you. Wanna be with you. You're in my head again. You. Is that me? Is that me? You're in my head again. You're in my head again. Is that me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say overall, I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. I think I'll make a couple of corrections or adjustments here and there. Also, maybe I'll shorten this into just one loop, and I'll take a second look at this and see if I'm gonna put some sort of solo there. Maybe not. I think it works. Yeah. So bounce track 6, right? Bounce 1. Yeah, I'm making this album and it's gonna be the whole live set, and I'm gonna try to make it sound as good as it can and the way it's supposed to sound. And maybe later at some point I'll revisit the songs and make like studio versions of the songs. We'll see. There's a couple of songs here which are already like versions of other ideas, and many of them I've never produced or made like a studio album version of them. So yeah, I'm really happy I'm doing this. Song number 6, and then it's 2 songs left, I think, and then I'm gonna start refinement on all of the songs to see if there's stuff I can do. Like there are a couple of songs I'm gonna add some piano solos, which I think will sound nice. But yeah, if you enjoy what I'm doing here on YouTube and internet, and the videos that I'm creating about music and electronic synthesizer music production, please consider heading over to my Patreon and support me with a couple of bucks there every time I come out with such a piece like this. I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much, everyone, doing that. It means a huge lot for me. And yeah, it's all because I want to do this stuff and I want to share the process, and I want to dive deep into synthesizers and electronic music tools, so I can share my experiences with you. I hope to do more of that in the future. So yeah, I'm not sure when I'm gonna drop this album, but I'm all about moving forward quickly and wrapping up the work quickly and just putting it out there. So for me, I think it'll be definitely this spring 2021, and I already have a title in mind for the album, but I'm not going to tell you until I'm ready to announce it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. This is Cuckoo, and stay always curious, everyone. Always stay curious and explore. Peace out, everyone.